Hi, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Ruben from Singapore Fintech Association. Thank you for taking time to join us for this session this afternoon. We are very happy to partner our friends from Chongqing to bring to you this sharing session today, and I really hope that you'll be enriching. Now, just to give everyone a quick background about this, we have always been at SFA, we have always been identifying possible and fantastic overseas opportunities for our members to explore. And China is a very huge market, but that said, it is not easy to navigate China as a country on its own, and we should be looking at it from both a provincial or even a city perspective. And on that part, even Singapore on a whole as a country has been very active in this regard. Since 2015, there has been an inception, there has been this arrangement between China, Singapore, Chongqing Connectivity Initiative, or also known as CCI. And this is actually a large G2G initiative that's set up between China and Singapore government with a focus in Chongqing. And more importantly, since inception until November last year, it has already catalyzed more than 17 billion of cross-border US dollar cross-border deals. More importantly, at the side, at the parallel, there's also an initiative between the financial regulators and other agencies involved in this. And through the initiative, the side initiative, we have already crystallized more than 10 MOUs between Singapore and Chongqing. There's branch that's spread across contributing financial services, green fintech, and green finance. And so, ladies and gentlemen, it brings us really very good, a lot of pleasure for us to organize this session today. And we have our speaker, Mr. Peng Zhiming, Deputy Director General from this China Chongqing Connectivity, to share more with our audience for you to have a better understanding of the opportunities that they present for fintech in China, especially in Chongqing. And I believe that through this sharing, it will give you a lot more insight into this market. And should you have any questions or like to connect with them after the session, feel free to drop us a note. Feel free to ping us at SFA, and we'll be happy to provide to provide a connection. Now, without further ado, allow me to hand over to Mr. Peng Ziming, who will share more with you. Thank you.
I was about
Oh,
to ask
sorry.
Ruben whether do I.
Ah, Oh, yeah, sorry. Before that, I think, sorry, apologies, ladies and gentlemen, as I forgot to mention that this is actually an initiative also between, not just only with Chongqing, but also with our representative in China from MAS. So I think I'd like to take this chance also to invite Melvin from MAS China to also share a few words as well.
Thanks, Ruben. Very good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for taking the time to join us this afternoon. My name is Melvin. I'm the Chief Representative for MAS here in China. And we have a total of 4 actually overseas rep officers, 2 of which are in China, 1 in Beijing, 1 in Shanghai. So our strong onshore presence actually reflects the importance that we place on our engagements with our Chinese partners in both the official and private sector, and the potential that we see in its markets. So I think for MES and fintech, so for us, besides really facilitating cross-border type of supervisory cooperation, one of our key priorities is to support, together with the SFA, the onshore interests of our FIs and our fintech companies here in Singapore. Through the various Singapore-China cooperation platforms, we work closely with the relevant central and provincial authorities to pilot new collaborative ideas and also seek support for licensing and other related applications submitted by Singapore firms. So on the Chongqing Connectivity Initiative, which we call the CCI for short, is one such platform and is one of the 3 G2G projects that we have here with China. So the CCI is unique in the sense that it focuses on the building connectivity between Southeast Asia and Western China, with Singapore and Chongqing as its nodes. And as I think Ruben had really given a short, brief introduction earlier, I'll just add on that, it really looks to enhance cooperation in finance, aviation, transport, and logistics, as well as the information and communications technology. So in this case, fintech is really one of Chongqing's key interests. This year, the Chinese government also released a development plan for the Chengdu Chongqing Economic Circle, where it highlighted the region's ambition to establish a fintech hub for Western China by 2025. From the media, we understand one is probably more likely to read about the regulatory tightening of the fintech space here in China, but less about how it continues to encourage and push ahead with fintech development in a more calibrated manner that supports the needs of the real economy. So this is no different from MES's fintech agenda, because the vision for us is to build an innovative yet responsible ecosystem in Singapore, one that is open and supportive of exploring the potential of new technologies through promising use cases, while encouraging players with strong value propositions and risk management capabilities to anchor in Singapore. So we believe that Singapore fintechs have a strong value proposition and the potential to offer valuable solutions to the challenges facing Chinese corporates and financial institutions. As Ruben also highlighted earlier, we understand the main challenge has been about navigating and finding opportunities in what is a large, complex market with unique characteristics. And I think chief of which is actually some of the material that you can find, and most of the discussions are in Chinese. And there's only so much that you can garner from desktop research. And that is why I think MES has worked with the Singapore Fintech Association and our colleagues from the China-Singapore Chongqing Demonstration Initiative on Strategic Connectivity Administration Bureau, or the CCIB for short, to organize today's virtual event. Through their presentation and subsequent sharing, we hope this will help fintech players in Singapore learn more about the Chinese market, how Chongqing's development plans and incentives can help you facilitate your interest in assessing it. Today's session is really meant to be a two-way discussion, and we also welcome questions and suggestions on how our Chinese partners can better support the interests and needs of Singapore Fintech Association or fintech firms here in China. Let today's session kickstart further conversations on your interests in the Chinese market, and I hope you'll be informative and useful for those of you who are keen to bring your solutions onshore. With that, let me hand over the time to Deputy Director General Peng Ziming. Peng Ji.
Thank you. So dear Melvin and Ruben, all friends from Singapore fintech companies, a very good afternoon. It's my great pleasure to introduce Chongqing Fintech Development and Opportunities at this briefing session. I hope that will let you have a better understanding of the prospect of fintech development in Chongqing and West China. Anyway, thank MASA and SFA for organizing this event with us. Thank you very much. I believe you're most concerned about what development opportunities Chongqing, even West China, can offer you and how to seize them. I will come straight to the point and give it in 4 parts. Part 1, overall development of Chongqing. First, I would like to introduce the development of Chongqing. This will help you have a full understanding of this city. Chongqing, located in southwest China and the upper reaches of Yangtze River, is the only municipality directly under the Chinese central government. It has an area of 82,000 square kilometers. In terms of area, it is one of the largest cities in the world and is 113 times of that of Singapore. Chongqing has a population of 32 million itself, cover a population of 300 to 500 million of surrounding market. It is an important fulcrum to the Western development, as well as a conjunction point of the Belt and Road Initiative and the Yangtze River Economic Belt. In recent years, Chongqing has formed an important global electronic IT industry cluster and an important domestic automobile industry cluster, as well as an open channel supported by China-Europe Railway Express, the Yangtze River Golden Waterway, etc. The third G2G cooperation project between China and Singapore takes Chongqing as a core operation center, as mentioned just now as Melvin. In 2021, Chongqing's GDP reached nearly 2.8 trillion RMB yuan, with an increase of 8.3%. Chongqing and Singapore almost enjoyed the same size in terms of GDP last year. As to financial industry, the added value of Chongqing's financial industry last year reached 246 billion RMB yuan, with an increase of 4%, accounting for 8.8% of GDP. Chongqing has a total of 114 legal entities and municipal branch banking institutions, taking the lead in Central and West China, including 15 foreign bank branches such as DBS, UOB, and OCBC, ranking first in Central and West China. 1,016 certified securities and insurance institutions including 5 institutions headquartered in Chongqing. For example, Southwest Securities. 1,200 more innovative financial institutions in 13 categories, such as small loan companies and financing guarantee companies, and 12-factor markets such as insurance asset registration and trading system, with an annual trading scale of 8.3 trillion RMB yuan. As a whole, Chongqing is at the forefront in Central and West China in terms of comprehensive financial strength. Second, development of Chongqing's fintech industry. Let me introduce the development of Chongqing's fintech industry so that you can understand the ecosystem for the development of fintech industry in Chongqing. First, Chongqing has the largest number of fintech pioneer programs in Central and West China. The People's Bank of China is a competent department of fintech. In recent years, it has launched several pioneer programs related to fintech in China, and Chongqing ranks first in the number of pioneer programs in China's western region. For example, the national pioneer programs for innovative development of financial standards, fintech application, and innovative supervision of fintech. At present, Chongqing has completed 12 pioneer programs for fintech application. External services have been provided through 13 programs for innovative application of fintech, and 49 pioneer programs for fintech promotion and rural revitalization and comprehensive application of financial data have been steadily advanced. Second, Chongqing's fintech industry has made some progress in its development. Thanks to endeavors made to support the fintech industry from the state and local government, I would like to focus on the National Fintech Certification Center, NFCC for short. Today, we also invited Mr. Bi Xiaowen, the General Manager of NFCC online. The NFCC is a national fintech certification institution established with the strong support of the People's Bank of China, the State Administration for Market Regulation, and the People's Government of Chongqing Municipality. Its business covers certification, testing, standardization, consulting, trading, and research, etc. The NFCC is becoming a dynamic force driving the national fintech regulatory system and national quantitative infrastructure, and the most attractive new card for the development of Chongqing's fintech industry. In addition to the NFCC, now Tencent's Weiheng Technology, Ant Consumer Finance, and Xiaomi Consumer Finance are also operating in Chongqing. Chongqing has accommodated a series of fintech companies with considerable strengths. Chongqing's fintech industry is ready to gather momentum for a new round of development, and its prospect is very bright. Third, speeding up the building of the China-Singapore Fintech Collaboration Demonstration Zone. The China-Singapore Fintech Collaboration Demonstration Zone is a zone for cooperation established in Chongqing under the framework of CCI, in which pioneer partnerships are implemented and fintech industries are clustered. The demonstration zone has been set up in Jiangbeizui, Chongqing, which will provide a good business environment for Singaporean fintech enterprises to develop in Chongqing. CCIB will work together with relevant departments of Chongqing to provide the best services for Singaporean enterprises. In particular, to promote the building of the demonstration zone, we have set up a fintech investment fund to invest in fintech projects, both in Singapore and Chongqing. This provides a financing channel for fintech enterprises in the demonstration zone that need investments. Their latest investment project is the ADDX in Singapore. Maybe you know this company, this exchange. Part second, Part 2, development opportunities in fintech in West China and Chongqing. At present, the development and opening up of West China is accelerating in an all-round manner. As a national strategy of China, the West development has been further implemented. The Belt and Road Initiative, known as BRI, lays the cornerstones for the opening up and development of West China. Together with Chengdu-Chongqing Economic Circle, known as CCEC, New International Land Sea Trade Corridor, ILSTC for short, and China-Singapore-Chongqing Demonstration Initiative on Strategic Connectivity, short for CCI, they will provide great support for the development of Chongqing and even the whole West China. As the only municipality directly under central government in West China, Chongqing is an important key node in the Western development, the BRI and ILSTC. To sum up, in the process of opening up and development of Chongqing and the West China, there are opportunities in the following 3 aspects. 1, New International Land Sea Trade Corridor. This project is jointly built by China and Singapore to offer a public product and service for ASEAN countries. It aims to establish multi-mode and multi-directional economic ties between West China and Southeast Asia, and enhance the modern connectivity of data, talent, technology, and finance by improving traditional transport modes such as air transport, land transport, and water transport. This year, we and Singapore jointly prepared and released the plan for this corridor, in which both parties pay close attention to the digitalization of the corridor. China and Singapore encouraged China-Singapore fintech companies to innovate and promote the digitalization of this corridor, support companies to focus on the core business of science finance plus industry finance, and explore the core business of financing, and explore the application of a new generation of IT technologies, such as cloud computing, blockchain, big data, and AI in the financial field in an active and steady way, so as to reduce the financing costs of logistic companies and improving the availability and convenience of channel financial services by virtue of the new generation of information technologies. At present, Chongqing is vigorously implementing the innovative pioneer project, such as cross-border financing, one-code access, cross-border financial service platform, blockchain plus cross-border finance, and railway digital bill of lading financing services with positive results. The fintech is playing an important role in the digital development of the ILSTC. We hope that Singapore's fintech companies participate in it actively and seize the development opportunities. 2, the Western Financial Center jointly built by Chengdu and Chongqing. In December last year, the People's Bank of China and other authorities jointly issued the plan for Chengdu and Chongqing to build a Western Financial Center. Its strategic goal is to basically build a development highland of financial science and technology in China by 2025, including but not limited to the integration and sharing of government data and financial data, fintech research and development, application of fintech research achievements, and eCNY pioneer, which is a rare development opportunity for fintech companies of both China and Singapore. The plan also clearly proposed to plan and build a China-Singapore fintech collaboration demonstration zone and implement the national pioneer project of fintech application and financial standardization innovation. In the process of co-building the Western Financial Center by Chengdu and Chongqing, digital financial transformation plays an important role. How to give full play to the dual wheel driven role of digital technology and data elements and activate the kinetic energy of digital operation is not only a problem that every fintech company should consider, but also a great opportunity for fintech companies. I believe the new breakthroughs and achievements made by digital financial transformation in a wide scope and at a deeper level will give a strong boost to the establishment of a modern financial system suitable for the development of digital economy in Chengdu, Chongqing, and even West China. 3, digital economy. Digital economy is an important direction and prioritized sectors for operation between Chongqing and Singapore. Both sides have made remarkable achievements in smart city, IDC cooperation, international data connectivity cooperation. The annual Smart China Expo held in Chongqing is jointly hosted by China's ministries and companies, such as Ministry of Industry and Information Technology, Ministry of Science and Technology, etc., and Singapore's MTI. The expo themed by smart manufacturer powerhouse and reloaned the smart city has rendered Chongqing a new city car. Furthermore, green finance also provides an important opportunity for the development of fintech. Chongqing has obtained approval to build a green finance reform and the innovation pioneer zone this year from the central departments. Part 3, fintech-related policies. China has provided supporting moves on fintech at the central and local levels. Now, I will give a briefing here. First, national policy. The People's Bank of China issued the Fintech Development Plan 2022 to 2025 in January, lightening key tasks to be completed with more cutting-edge technologies towards a promising market. The 8 key tasks constitute the main part of the updated plan, which make clear the target on governance system, data elements, infrastructure, core technology, activation momentum, smart re-engineering, prudential supervision, development foundation, etc., so that they are well targeted and adequately feasible. In my opinion, Singapore's fintech companies have market space in helping financial institutions comprehensively improve their data management and application level, accelerate the green construction and transformation of data centers, build an agile integrated operation platform, and reshape intelligent and efficient service processes. Second, Chongqing supporting policy. To implement the National Fintech Development Plan, Chongqing also issued guiding documents on promoting the application and development of fintech, including investment promotion, system design, regulatory innovation, standard construction, infrastructure, open cooperation, and talent training, etc., and in order to boost the development of Chongqing's fintech industry. Third, settlement incentives. At present, Jiangbei District, Liangjiang Liu area, Liangjiang Xinqu, and the Yuzhong District of Chongqing are actively attracting fintech companies to settle in. I will briefly introduce their settlement incentives. First, Jiangbei District. As one of the 3 major areas in the core area of the Western Financial Center, Jiangbei Zui brings together local corporate financial institutions such as Chongqing Rural Commercial Bank, Bank of Chongqing, Southwest Securities, as well as a large number of regional headquarters of such as Agricultural Bank of China, Bank of Communications and China, CITIC Bank. The digital transformation of these traditional financial institutions is in urgent need of fintech. The Western China Data Exchange, the planned Western Financial Big Data Center, National Financial Information Platform of Xinhua News Agency, and other key projects at Jiangbei Zui will provide broad space for development of fintech industry. Second, Liangjiang New Area. Liangjiang Xinqu has issued special policies to promote the high quality development of digital economy industry, in which the support to enterprises includes fixed asset investment, R&D expenses, market operation, etc., with support awards up to millions of RMB yuan. At the same time, Liangjiang New Area also has Xiantao Shujigu, XTB Valley, Internet Industrial Park, etc., to assist in fintech companies in starting business in Chongqing. Third, Yuzhong District. In order to facilitate the development of fintech, Yuzhong District has introduced targeted supporting measures for fintech application and development. To be specific, it provides fintech companies with multiple support, including settlement award, economic contribution award, office subsidy, talent award, R&D assistance, and technology award. The maximum amount of such award can also reach millions of RMB yuan. In Yuzhong District, there are also parks such as Chongqing Rifles and Chongqing Blockchain Digital Economic Industrial Park to incubate fintech companies. The three districts introduced above are the main places of Chongqing for fintech development. They have issued powerful supporting policies, and they also welcome Singapore fintech companies to Chongqing for both visit and business. Part 4, matters related to the settlement of foreign investors in Chongqing. At last, I guess you may want to know the specific formalities need to go through if you would like to set up branches or headquarters in Chongqing, and whether you need to apply for relevant permits. Here I will introduce you briefly, and I'll assure you that during a specific handling process, the local government where the company will be located will provide you with very convenient and attentive services. First, company registration process. The specific steps and detailed documents required for registration are listed on the PPT. You may spend several minutes to learn about from PPT. Maybe 3 minutes or 5 minutes, okay? Because it includes Yukuaiban. Yukuaiban is a service platform of Chongqing municipal government to handle government-related affairs for enterprises and individuals. Because they are very specific and detailed, including steps, documents needed. Okay. So besides this, I have something more to emphasize. Applying for relevant permits. In terms of application for license, if a fintech company does not involve direct financial business and its business scope does not involve special management measures for foreign investment access, it may not need to apply for relevant permits. It can start its business activities after directly handling industrial and commercial registration. And many processes can be handled online at the Yukuaiban. If an enterprise is involved in financial business and business that needs to be reported to and approved by relevant authorities in advance, the corresponding business can only be carried out after it has been approved by relevant authorities. For example, if financial business needs to be carried out, it needs to report it to the corresponding authorities, such as Chongqing Business Management Department of the People's Bank of China, Chongqing Supervision Bureau of China Banking and Insurance Regulatory Commission, Chongqing Securities Regulatory Bureau, Chongqing Administration of Local Finance, etc., for approval according to the type of financial business to be carried out. Cross-border flow of capital. There is no limit to cross-border capital flow of enterprises, normal investment and operation. At the same time, under the China-Singapore-Chongqing Demonstration Initiative on Strategic Connectivity, CCI for short, enterprises can also easily obtain the financing from Singapore through the China-Singapore cross-border financing channel. The above is my introduction to the development of Fintech in Chongqing. If you are interested in China and Chongqing, please contact us. Our mailbox address shows on the PPT. So I have spoken a lot of. To sum up, why is Chongqing? Because a lot of overseas investors pay close attention to Chongqing's location, Chongqing's strategic position of central government, Chongqing's considerable and ideal business climate, and Chongqing's high ROI, return of investment. I have another example. Why so many 500 Fortune companies come to Chongqing to invest and expand their business in Chongqing? That's a very, very good reason. Why the third G2G project, that is CCI, located in Chongqing, and upon Chongqing as its core operation center? Why so many Singaporean countries, Singaporean enterprises come to Chongqing for investment? And why Singapore becomes Chongqing's largest FDI source in terms of a FDI country? So from this, I think you can find the answer. Why is Chongqing? So much for my introduction. Thank you for your watching and listening. Thank you.
We will be receiving questions for the Q&A. If you have any, please type them in the chat. We do have a question. So we have an anonymous question asking if what is the best way to contact Mr. Ping after the session? Mr. Ping? Can you hear us?
Hello. So
Yes,
your
Mr.
question,
Ping, we have
yes.
two questions here. So the first question is they're asking, we are a robo-advisor company interested to expand into China. Since it's a retail fund management, we would like to ask if there is a fintech sandbox in Chongqing.
Yes. You also plan to expand a business in China, Chongqing? Hello.
So this anonymous attendee has asked this question. So they're asking if there's a fintech sandbox in Chongqing.
Yeah, Chongqing's Financial Regulatory Bureau is considering the project. In terms of a sandbox, right?
I hope that answers your question. And we have a second question from another attendee asking what is the best way to contact you after the session, Mr. Ping?
Excuse me. Can you repeat your question?
Okay, so what is the best way to contact you after this session? No worries on the matter. In this case, if you are interested to get in contact with Mr. Ping, you can always reach out to us, Singapore Fintech Association, and we'll link you up with Mr. Ping for sure.
Yes. If you have some, if you want to get more further information, you can contact me directly, and you can also contact our liaison person. Yeah, from the PPT. You can hear?
Thanks, Ping.
Any more question? Okay, if you don't have no further questions, maybe in future time, we can have a face-to-face and sit-down discussions. Yeah, post COVID-19. Okay.
If there are no further questions, we can always do another Q&A next time with Mr. Ping. Thank you so much, Mr. Ping, for your time.
Thank you. Thank you.